We really doing this again? What has my channel become? Yo, what is going on, guys? My name's Jay Fanta and welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video, we are going to finally do the 1000 subscriber Q&A. I know it's been a few weeks since I announced the video that I'm doing this, but we're finally here and we got a lot of questions to answer. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. So the first question we have is from Not Reacting. He says, how did you feel when you reached 1k subs? Pretty much when I reached the 4-digit milestone, it was around 5 AM my time, and then I just got bombarded by notifications from everyone in my Discord channel. So, you know, I had to wake up and I just had to see what was happening, and I was still tired, and when I checked, I was like, yes, and then I fell back asleep, but having like that smile on your face, like that comfortable smile while sleeping, best sleep of my life. The scummiest of them all asks, do you ever plan on doing things such as art showcases and such? Probably won't anytime soon. That is pretty much like DeMonty's kind of thing, unique idea, and I don't want to copy that. He puts everyone's fan arts in his videos, so I don't really want to copy someone's unique idea, but maybe in the future I might. Never know. Sammy Matthews says, how are you so busy at Dokkan events? I'm not, honestly. If you see my failtage that I uploaded recently, you'll see how bad I am at Dokkan Battle. Blue says, how many world tournaments do I have, and do I have an account that is not free to play? I have around, I don't know, 40 world tournament medals or so. Not a lot. I always come like around the 50 mark in the local tournament. And I don't have an account that I spend actual real money on Dragonstones. I do have a JP account that I summon on, but that's about it. Next question we have is from Does Anyone Care Artist. If you have every card in Dokkan Battle, would you eat a celebratory apple? I would. Then I'll just delete the game afterwards, because then that's when it kind of gets boring, when you have every single card in the game. Next question is from Brogus and Spyro King. They ask, do you think free-to-play is dying with all these events coming out and such? I think it might not die anytime soon, just because if Global can keep changing the release dates for every single event, like how we are getting the Ella, Vegeta, Ella, Gohan earlier, free-to-play can keep on living for quite some time, and because the meta is coming a bit earlier than the harder events to come, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think it will be pretty long time until free-to-play will die. So Hale says, when are you going to do a face reveal? I will never do a face reveal. Maybe one day, but I don't have a webcam, so. Royal Neil says, what is my favorite Dokkan character that I haven't gotten so far? Kind of cringy, just because it is a free-to-play character, but I haven't gotten the Grade 8 Nappa. The event hasn't come around for quite some time, and when it did, I just started the account, so I couldn't farm him to Super Attack 10 and awaken him and all that stuff. So I'm waiting for that event to come out. I have a lot of characters to max their Super Attack when that event comes around. Yeah, Nappa is my choice. Mr. Gohan says, what is your favorite unit in JP? My favorite unit in JP at the moment would have to be maybe the Strength Janemba, just because I can make a beastly free-to-play Strength Villains team. Off the top of my head, that is probably my choice, but there probably will be a better card that I prefer than the Janemba, but at this point, nothing's coming to my head at the moment. Ario's Turds question, what were your favorite events in Dragon Ball Dokkan Battle? Kind of weird question, just because I don't like doing any events to say, but like my most rewarding one I've ever done is probably the Merge Zamasu or the Brawly. They're pretty tied at the moment. So yeah, those are pretty much my, you would say, favorite events to have completed. So Hal, coming back with a second question. I don't know why people are asking two questions, but I'll let it slide. Which is your favorite Ella in the game? Probably Ella Gohan, because, you know, Gohan's my favorite character. Speedy's question, shoutouts to him. Would you tickle feet for Dragonstones? Depends on whose feet it is. If it's yours, hell yeah. If it's animated muscles, I got you, fam. SSJ Brisker and Kuz asks, what made me play Dokkan Battle? I just love the Dragon Ball Z franchise. It's just been like my childhood, pretty much, and so why not play the games for him, and I got hooked. Quinton Vertison says, what is the best card in my opinion? Probably, I don't know, I'm not the guy to analyze cards, but for global, I'd probably say LR Brawley, just because he has broken just the whole game, and like you can easily beat any event with him. King Shui Sui's question is, how long have you been playing Dokkan Battle? I've been playing around when Gogeta arrived for global, so maybe around 10 to 11 months. So yeah, that's been pretty long, but when I started my free-to-play stuff is probably around November. I'm not too sure the exact date. Just go to my first video and you'll find the date when I first started it. The Ultimate asks, how can you make intros? Pretty much how I made my intro was a mix of Sony Vegas and Blender, and I kind of made like 2 template intros combined to one, and that's how I made my intro. You can find tutorials on YouTube, and they probably tell you like in depth. Kilowa's question is, do you watch Hunter x Hunter? I watched the first episode and then I stopped watching it afterwards. It's just because I don't have enough time in my day-to-day life, and because I'm lazy to continue watching. I legit, the only series that I've watched like consistently is Dragon Ball Super, so, and even then I can't even watch it like weekly. Chozzy and Just So Real asks, what do I do for work? A lot of people ask me this question, and you know what, I might as well tell you right now. How do I explain this? Pretty much what I do is, and yeah, so that is what I do for work. So I guess you guys, the whole world knows what I do for work. Ella Noah asks, do I love him? Probably. It's a mixed feeling, you know. Y Sensei's question is, what is the unit that I usually depend on in hard events? And what is the unit in your team that turns the tide when you're losing in an event? For a unit that turns the tide is probably a stunner. They are super clutch, just anyone really. I depend on a lot of ceiling, and that's pretty much Jackie Chan. And probably the demigods from the barber store. Depends on the event really, but those are pretty much the class of units that I would usually depend on in an event. Dank Meme Mouse asks if I have a pet or have had one. I had a pet. I don't have one at the moment. It was a dog, and yeah, sad stories upon sad stories. Usama Iqbal. Oh my god, not this again. Did I say your name right? I don't know. I'm so bad at name pronunciations. The one and only Rose asks, has anyone told that my voice is quite sexy? No. People tell me my voice sucks, really. Sonic Fan 78 has a very long question, but biggest accomplishment for you and your free-to-play account, and just curious that if I do random summons or on stone banners and sell everything. No, everything I do summon, it's on video, because if I'm gonna summon, why not make a video out of it and get my reaction? But I don't do that. My biggest accomplishment on my free-to-play account, getting that LR Frieza in legit 2 days. That was a grind and a half, and now I'm happy with it. Speedy SSJ coming in with the second question. If Zenova and Speedy were about to fall off a cliff, which one would you save? I have to save one of us. You're gonna put me in between a hard place and a rock, don't you? I would save you, Speedy, just because, and then hopefully, you know, Zenova can hang on just a bit. We both save him. We can't just leave one to fall, you know. I will save you, Zenova, don't worry. Spidey, topping it off with 3 questions. My favorite food, drink, anime, and hobby. Hobby, YouTube. I don't really do much outside of home, except work. Favorite anime, Dragon Ball Super, of course. We gotta show love for Dragon Ball Super. Favorite food and drink. Drink, iced coffee, and food is probably, if you know pho or Vietnamese beef noodle soup, that's the stuff. Dragon Ball Addiction and Turles21 asks, what made me start this channel? A lot of things, probably because I was OCD and wanted, you know, all my units to be max super attack. So I decided just to do 100% free to play, and I just want to showcase that you can do, you know, everything on this game without using a stone. Which is probably like the biggest problem of Dokkan Battle, is that not a lot of people can spend that many stones. Mugiwara, yeah, oh my god. What is your first thoughts on Dokkan Battle when you first played it, and now when you know more about it? When I first played it, it was about ages ago when, you know, before Gogeta, it was probably like 10 minutes of gameplay and I got bored of it because I didn't really know. But when I finally re-downloaded it and just got more into it because I had nothing else to do, because I had my wisdom teeth taken out, so I was in bed most of the time, and I thought, you know, let's just spend a bit more time on this game. And when watching Rhymestyle and all the other YouTubers do it, I just got, you know, more and more addicted. So yeah, it's a pretty good game once you get into the groove with everything. Da Man says, how do I make my thumbnails? Pretty much, I get an image, probably the event image of, you know, whatever the video is about. And in Photoshop, I took off like a template off YouTube and then I customized it as my own. I really don't know, like, it's really hard to tell you like steps to steps without making a proper video about it. But so after I got the thumbnail, I customized it to my likings and I saved that as my own thumbnail, so I don't have to redo that all over again. And I layer everything, and then I always put a filter over the image so it looks a bit cooler and stuff. Noel asks a really good question. What are your tips for a free-to-play account? Saving stones, obviously, for something that is worth it. So make sure you go check out JP constantly so you can see what Dokkan Festivals is best to summon on, such as the Super Saiyan 4s and all that. And if you're going to summon, make sure there is another card to summon on, because if you're just aiming for one card in particular, it's not really worth it, especially if you don't get him. So if there is like a second or third option that you'd like to get, that is definitely better to summon on. So continuing on with the tips, AimerG asks, tip for all new Dokkan players. I recommend you learn all the mechanics to the game, so like the type advantages of each typing. Learn, you know, all the debuffs and buffs of the game. So, you know, watch YouTubers that, you know a lot of the game and see what they do. You can learn a lot from YouTubers and kind of take the same tips from the free-to-play question that was previously answered. So, and the final question is from Anna Gaming. Why is Gohan your favorite character on DBZ? I don't know, we relate, kind of. Not in like a fighting type thing, but like I have reading glasses. I'm like the older brother. I don't know, it just had like, he was a badass, alright, when he's a kid. He's just a cool guy. But anyway, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. And I'm sorry if I missed any of your questions. I try to answer as much as possible. We got like 40 questions in this video. Try to make it as quick as possible. So if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Share this video around. And as always, thank you guys for watching. It's been JFanta, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Stay fizzy. Peace out.